Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 rated sportsbook app out there. I'm your host, Rudo, joined as always by AJ Hafley and Blaze Hunter. And after a game like that, I mean, all right, let's just get one of these out of the way, okay?
These are for everyone who paid yesterday. And Rudo has definitely been keeping up during the game.
Yeah,
so that
I made up most of them during the
once.
game, so...
DNVR After Dark for sure.
Blaze saw them all, can confirm. Just check my Twitter if you want to see most of the pictures.
I am nervous for the ad reads.
It's Saturday.
It is Saturday. Avs win 6-2. This was the domination that...
This was the Minnesota game flipped.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, except for the Coyotes were not competitive in this game.
Yeah. It's true.
They were, the only period they controlled was the first, and even that, they felt impotent at best.
It was like the first half of the first.
Yeah, it's the offense was soft.
When you dominate possession for a large portion of the period and you end up with 9 shots on goal, like, one, it's a credit to the defense that's doing a good job of they're not doing a good job of preventing possession, but they're doing a good job of preventing quality chances.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're keeping everything to the outside. Right?
Yeah,
It's
and
all to the outside.
And like the couple of big saves that Grubauer had to make, he made them, man. And it just looked like just a very relaxed team.
Relaxed, I think, is relaxed or calm is the word. Watching Hunter
Whichever one
Miska
doesn't
and
have the
Knight.
negative connotation.
No, this is 100% a positive thing.
Yeah. Calm is probably a better word.
Are we going... my rear end was not puckered tonight every single time their goaltender had to do something.
Yeah, there were no white knuckle moments
trust
in
me,
this
he
game.
is.
Not at all. Like there was no white knuckling this at all. This was not like in the mountains driving home in the snow when it's coming down, you have no visibility. You're going around any corner
hoping there's
and
no one in front of you.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I hope there's nobody in front of me, and boy, I sure hope I'm still on the road and I'm not like careening off the side of it. Like none of that going on, man. None of that. It was a very this was a very business-like ass kicking of a team that they showed in the postseason. If you're a playoff team, only barely.
Yep.
And now this, once again, this is not the Arizona Coyotes they are not in Colorado's league.
More confirmation that it's just a different tier of hockey. Sure.
It is. It absolutely is. And for whatever reason, the Avs are just they have the Coyotes figured out.
We just tweeted out the new shirt. Do you guys want to talk about it?
Hey, let's go. So we'll continue the hockey talk in a bit, but oh boy is correct. We just dropped the newest DNVR shirt on the block. Alex Pietrangelo in absolute shambles at the moment. Nathan MacKinnon feeling like a baller.
What a beautiful shirt.
It's truly gorgeous.
Oh,
and a long sleeve. I'm excited.
You want a long sleeve DNVR shirt? This is the one. Go buy it right now over at the DNVR locker. I think it's ready for purchase.
Eric's giving the nod.
It's ready for purchase,
Let's
folks.
go.
I want this sold out by the end of the night. Go get it. It's a beauty. You can't do any better.
And you get to bring in the puns. Oh boy, is that a good shirt.
Nathan MacKinnon, oh boy. My boy, Nathan MacKinnon.
Oh
boy.
boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm sure there was a few oh boys out on the ice tonight. From
all that money y'all were going to spend on making me do shots via Super Chats, go buy this shirt instead, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah, someone said it doesn't look like you are drunk enough, and I'm like, trust me.
75% Irish, 25% German, folks. I've had a lot to drink. Just trust me on this one.
You can see it in your eyes.
Great. Wonderful. I'm glad that that's the case. Let's start with the Nathan MacKinnon talk on tonight, though, because the stat sheet won't show it, but my goodness, was that man dominant.
Yeah, there was ever an oh boy, dude. The game that he played tonight, it was... I mean, this is the Nathan MacKinnon that we really just haven't seen as much of recently. Like he'll have a good period, he'll have a good shift. You know, there will be moments, but there have been little things. You know, pucks slipping off the stick, losing the edge last night.
Yeah,
cute little back passes to nobody. Tonight it was all of the pieces came together, full package working in unison for him to not to have walked out with a 4-point night tonight. Arizona honestly caught a break in that. Like he was dominant tonight, just absolutely throttled the Coyotes. They have no answer for him. They're paying Oliver Ekman-Larsson $8 million to either avoid that matchup or get devoured by it. It's a real problem. Whoever their GM is these days is the one that's sitting around watching that going, oh boy.
This wasn't the, oh God, we're facing the three-headed monster. This was Nathan MacKinnon with Brandon Saad and Andrei Burakovsky for most of the night. And the dude was on a mission. The dude took no prisoners for the entire night.
There was no difference.
Yeah.
And Bednar
with the three-headed monster did not matter.
Yeah. Bednar noticed. Did you notice how much on ice time Mac was getting?
Yeah, he was like,
you good? Let's get back out there. You good? Get back out there.
They cut to him in the third period where he was smiling, and it's just like people joke about when Nathan MacKinnon's mad and like how he takes over and dominates. But when he smiles like that, like that's a smiling assassin. Like when that dude's happy, you're in arguably even bigger trouble. Because he was like, yep, I'm feeling it. I'm going out there every other shift. I'm dominating. These fools don't belong on the same ice with me. There isn't a single guy on that team that can do anything remotely close to the stuff that I can do.
The evil smile.
Oh, dude, it was just like they just caught him, and he was kind of like looking down. He kind of was laughing to himself, and it was like,
well, and every single teammate on that bench is looking at MacKinnon tonight and going, all right, we just give the puck to him and get the hell out of the way. Like,
or just go stand in the open space.
Yeah.
Because they're collapsing all of their guys on him. I mean, what it was, they ended up with a scoring chance because he danced through 3 dudes and still got the shot off, and it got deflected twice along the way, where it was just like,
what do you even do?
What do you do with this man?
3 dudes in the slot too.
Yeah.
Made him look silly.
Like
silly.
The entire home plate was the Coyotes just like, can we please take the puck from this man? And he walks out of there with a goal.
Yeah, with the ridiculous snipe of a goal too.
Yeah, I mean that's become like his signature goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the Calgary overtime goal in Game 2 in the postseason 2 years ago. Game 2 against Arizona in the postseason last year. That's his goal. That's his shot.
He goes low in the pro season last year, beats him high in this game.
I mean, it
looked like the outdoor game goal too.
Yeah,
different side,
just on the other side.
Yeah, same thing though.
There's no defense for that, right?
No, there's nothing you can do. Like, I joke about Oliver Ekman-Larsson being helpless, but like, there's nothing that man can do. What do you? They tried, and like, poor Victor Osterley is just like standing there, like
Jordan Osterley. It's Jordan.
Why did I think his name was Victor?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyway, Jordan Osterley is just like standing there, and he's like,
uh-oh.
Well,
and he's like, oh boy.
I'm on the wrong side of this highlight, and I've done nothing wrong.
Like poster time for me.
Yeah, well, like Osterley's like, plus minus is the worst stat ever. For this reason. 3 of my teammates have botched this, and now I have to be the one who's front and center skating away as he celebrates his goal.
Hey,
with his
I might be
teammates.
-7, but I'm -6 when you account for MacKinnon. Okay.
Yeah. He was special tonight, and what was problematic for the Coyotes is that he was special, but only ended up finishing. He was only involved in just the one goal.
He had the one goal, and that was his only point.
And 6-2.
Yeah. This was
we talked about.
It took to the third period, but the dam broke. Yeah.
No, this was awesome tonight because you had scoring from different people.
Everybody scored tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked earlier in the week. JT Compher, Tyson Jost, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
All had points.
All 3 of those guys had on-ice shooting percentages under 5, with Belmar's being 0. And he gets an empty net goal, and sometimes like that's just what you need.
Yep.
Tyson Jost gets a goal, and I saw people who were like, "Oh, it's too bad it didn't happen in a game that mattered." And it's like, which one do you want? Do you want the killer instinct where they score the extra goal or two, or do you want the goals in games that matter?
Well, I mean,
all goals are important. All saves are timely. All of these things are important.
Go back and look at the Tyson Jost goal too, because he wired that one.
Yeah,
and he had one before that.
Yeah,
he Ranta had just made a great glove save on him.
Exactly.
So he was like, "I'm not doing that again," and so he goes blocker, and the guy has no answer for it.
Yep.
And it's like,
okay,
hopefully that's the light bulb.
That's. I struggle with what to say with this game, because it was obvious from minute 1 of the game last night that Arizona just cannot hang with this team.
Yep.
The Avs are just better in every single facet of the hockey game.
Yeah, well, and when they didn't have the advantage of chaotic goaltending.
Yep. Grubauer, common net, and
yeah, the 2 goals that they give up. The second one, I honestly don't even remember anymore. It was so irrelevant.
The game was over when they
it was
scored
5
the
to
second
1
goal. Yeah,
with,
it was irrelevant.
Like 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I was just okay. It got scored, and I was like, cool. That first goal is a goal of the year candidate. That thing was crazy.
A triple deflection from the high slot.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world?
Just an all-world deflection by Clayton Keller,
Yeah.
and then it got deflected again as it was going into the net.
Like, what do you even do?
Yeah, I mean, that's not one where you look at anybody where you're like, hey, do something different. You just look at that and you're like, all of you guys made great plays.
Anytime they can score that goal, you know what? They earned a goal. Like, you do that 100 times and they score it once. Like,
it was awesome. Like, it was an awesome goal against, and it didn't matter. So you could just kind of chalk it up to, hey, that was an awesome goal, and move on.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Yeah.
It looked like he kicked it in, but then it was right off the stick.
Yeah. He moved the stick and everything with his foot, and it was just a reaction, and he got it.
And he deflects it top corner.
Yeah. Well, and then
from distance.
I think it's Schmaltz that actually slaps it into the net again.
Yeah.
But they gave the goal to Keller because it was on its like a puck when it's sliding in, and a guy like slams it home. He doesn't get credit for that. But we're talking McKinnon, and you look at the goal scores, though. We're joking about the guys who scored the 5th and 6th goals here, but Gabe Landeskog
finally
goes
breaks
from
through
2-1 to 3-1 on the power play, like 5 seconds into a power play.
Immediate.
No messing around, where you're like, what's the difference here? Because the previous power play, they had trouble getting into the zone, to the point where Nazem Kadri, roller coaster that he is, creates a shorthanded breakaway by stopping in his own blue line and just giving the puck away, and then standing there and being like, oh,
this is bad.
Yeah. And McKinnon, to criticize the guy on a great night, gave almost zero effort coming back on that. He was probably busy like staring down Kadri like, what was that?
Landy just parked himself in front of that net.
Yeah.
He's like, come at me. I'll body slam any of you.
Thank you, Spence.
Mikko just, they get the puck. They win the faceoff back. They move it around. Mikko's like, I'll take 2 steps and shoot this. And he does. And Landy does the rest.
Yeah.
Landy gets the 1-2, knocks the second one out of midair. Rocket stuff is what that is.
Spencer here saying he bought the Oh Boy and the Carry Me Home.
Let's go.
And I gotta say, the Carry Me Home is probably one of my all-time favorites that we have.
Elite tier shirt work.
It's just so
That's all
good.
I'm saying.
Thank you to everyone who's giving out the super chats here.
Much appreciated. Sponge Mock is one of my favorite memes.
Someone did give a super chat for Eric because of the shirt. He just went across the street, but he'll be back, and I'll make sure he takes that shot.
I'm not saying save your money, but I am saying we have some more good shirts coming.
Yeah,
we're actually. It's been like we were quiet with the Avs on the shirts for
a minute,
while,
yeah.
and then it was like, that's over.
Shirt time. It's shirt o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few more.
6-2 is shirt season. All right. That's all I'm saying. Oh, boy's just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen.
So the Landeskog goal ties in with Peter Forsberg.
Ties him with Peter Forsberg. I do want to get into this conversation. We do have to take one quick break here as we are presented by Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. You can come down to the DNVR bar and get 8 different types on tap. They also have their Breck Brew Seltzer, which I got the chance to try tonight. Blaze has got one right there, the cherry flavor.
I drank a peach one earlier.
I had the
finally got to try it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I had the apple pear. It legitimately tasted like I was drinking a Jolly Rancher.
So I'm sitting next to him, and he just opens it up, and he, like, drinks it, and he's like, and then he, like, looks at me, and he goes, oh, that's good. All right.
If you can get your hands on the Breck Seltzer, get it, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's some good stuff.
It's been hard to get them here.
It has been difficult to get him
That's
here.
why I hadn't tried the peach one, is because I couldn't, with Harrison Win around, I hadn't been able to.
Like, someone was doing the 12 Seltzer challenge tonight or something.
Yup, we've got Ryan and Spencer both having 12 seltzers each and then giving a review about how that's going. And after the 5th one, they were definitely feeling it. They had to go get some food.
I bet those reviews are going to sound a lot like, I like this good stuff, spring tasty.
That's why we had to save it for a night where there was Nuggets, Avs, and Buffs. We did a Nuggets postgame show, obviously doing this Avs postgame show. Buffs are about to go live doing their postgame show, and the bar is popping down here.
Of note, the Avs, as an organization, swept Arizona this weekend.
Woo!
They did.
It's official?
Yeah, they did win that game.
Is that their first series sweep?
Assuming they don't also play tomorrow.
I mean, they play San Jose next, unless something crazy.
No, I mean the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because the Eagles won 1-0 tonight.
Yeah, the Eagles swept the Roadrunners. So
yeah.
NHL, AHL, the Avs just laid wood to Arizona, the organization.
Arizona sucks.
P.S. Sasha Batala, an assist.
He got a point, baby! Mutala, let's go!
How weird is it working out? I know this is a crazy concept, but Jean-Luc Foudy with 4 assists.
Is it 4 now?
Yeah, he has 4 assists, and Sasha Mutala with a point, and it's like, isn't this the weirdest thing that when you play your prospects, these guys actually do things for you?
Play the children.
Just
yeah, it turns out you draft kids for a reason, though. For real.
Yeah, the countdown to Justin Barron being the best defenseman on that Eagles defense next season has already begun.
Yeah, it's not a long path to get there.
The only X factor is Drew Hellison joining him or not.
So,
all right, we do have one super chat asking a question.
Oh yeah, all right, much appreciated. Thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Renouf? He was totally invisible. That's more than good enough.
Yeah, there was the sequence in the 3rd period when he was 1-on-1 against Phil Kessel, and I think it was still a 1-goal game, and I was like, that's not
Don't
what you want.
do that again, yeah.
And they got away with it. But other than that, like,
is that the guy that's 7'8" and 330 pounds?
Yeah, they're like, all right, Dan Renouf, 6'3", 230, and they cut to him on the bench, and he's a beanpole.
Yeah,
he's not.
Let me pull
You're
it
like
up.
175.
Yeah, that dude is the 6'3", I believe, but
on
220.
If he's 200 pounds, so is Tyler Weiss. Like, yeah, right.
Okay.
All right, so
You can go over
look,
there.
the Avs dominated this game. I think that's pretty obvious. You know.
Let's see.
I mean, line by line, man. I mean, how do you feel about? We could go through every line. Like, all these guys had nights. Yep. It was a solid. I said before the game, I got the tinglies on Val Nichushkin.
He picks up a dirty assist on Joe's goal.
He has 2 assists tonight.
What about McDonald's goal?
One for Arizona and one for the Avs. I mean, that turnover led to their goal.
You're not wrong.
And then
all right, Eric is taking his shot for the super chat.
For the shirt.
What is that baby shot?
Sprite?
What is that?
That's Sprite.
Yeah.
Look at what I have to do.
That's
compared
water.
to that thing.
That's like a seltzer.
That's water.
You guys freaking suck. First off,
This is water.
I'm doing it for the super chat. I'm doing it for the culture. Avs, there's 2 more shoots coming. You just have to wait for the players to be good.
People are saying,
One
"Oh
of them's
boy,"
good
to
tonight.
their wallets, is what the comments are saying.
Let's freaking go.
All right.
Oh, seltzer shot.
Yeah, shot of water. What a man.
That's some carbonated ass vodka.
Was through the soda stream.
I did want to circle back around to the conversation we were about to have. Gabe Landeskog ties Peter Forsberg for all-time goals with Colorado.
Where does that put him points-wise in the franchise?
I believe it's 5th, 6th.
You looked this up.
I
was
did.
relying on you, bro.
I know he's 19
Fuck's
points
sake, man.
behind Tanguay. I don't know what number place that is.
All
Do you
right.
need me to look it up?
Point being,
Okay, so the conversation that we want to have, if Gabe Landeskog were to retire today,
Yep.
doesn't play another game for whatever reason, he never plays another game for the Avs, does his jersey get retired?
I don't want to go first because I'm going to say no.
I'll go first with the no. Let's look at the comparables. Who would he be comparable to right now?
Alex Tanguay.
But Tanguay's got, what is it?
Tanguay has 19 more points and 50 fewer games played.
Yep.
And how many cup wins?
Yeah, okay. Like, this is the thing, is that there won't be the postseason accomplishments.
Right.
He is 6th all-time on the Avs.
So
for the
he's
record.
he's 6th all-time in scoring. He's only behind...
Tanguay, McKinnon, Forsberg, Sakic, Hayduk for points.
Okay, slower. That list again.
Tanguay,
Yeah.
McKinnon,
Okay.
Forsberg, Sakic, Hayduk. Not
Okay.
in that order.
So the only guy whose jersey is not going to be retired
Is Tanguay.
Is Tanguay's.
Correct. And that's kind of my point, is if he does this for 3 more years, it's a conversation. But right now, if he were to retire tomorrow, I don't think he gets his number retired by the Avs.
In those 3 years, he wins a cup.
I think there's a good
Does
chance of that.
Does he need to win a cup? Even if he
No.
say they don't win a cup, they continue to be a championship contender. He plays,
Assuming he signs his extension,
There's going to be he's going to be a free agent. He's probably going to get a 5 to 7 year deal here.
Yeah.
Just assume he plays out that deal and stops.
Then yes. Then his number would be retired at the end of that deal. Yeah.
92 never gets worn again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless,
But today,
regardless of postseason success,
doesn't-
if he finishes his next contract with the Avs, he gets his number is retired.
Right. Assuming he extends his contract, next year will be his 10th season as Avalanche captain.
Okay.
That does hold some weight. It does deserve
Yeah.
something alone. And yeah, if he plays out a 5-year deal, he'll be certainly top 4.
Other
all time.
question: Does he go up with the C?
I think so.
To go next to
I think he
Sakic,
does.
also with the C.
yes.
How can he not? Right? Like
Okay.
he's the only other captain with any longevity for
Yeah.
this hockey team. So
Okay.
We have a super chat from Jacob saying, "I'm just paying to see Eric's beautiful face again." So go, Eric, go.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful face.
disgusting.
He's wearing camo. You can't actually see him.
There we go.
You
Okay,
got to hang out here.
I think we're done.
This feels better than it
Oh
should,
my
wouldn't you say?
goodness! Wow. All right. So Landeskog not today, but
So the three of us would
on his
agree that
way.
the answer is a no for right now, but it won't be long until that's a legit conversation.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Regardless, again,
so.
regardless of postseason success.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't.
Being the youngest captain.
He was at the time.
Yeah.
McDavid was how many days younger? I forget.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like 19
We're
and
splitting it,
237 days.
Splitting hairs. here.
19 and 112 days, and you're like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Hell yeah, Brendan.
They're both 19.
Brandon.
Okay, so
Brendan. I
so
hope I
we
said your
we
name
do
right.
agree then that it is a not yet, but it won't be much longer until we all are kind of on the side of this is definitely happening.
Yeah.
And
Same question, Nathan McKinnon. Ooh,
you'd have to really consider retiring him today. You
ceiling-
would have to.
I would say no for right now. The ceiling is there, but you want to see it again. Tack on 3 more years of this.
Yeah, and it's
And
easy.
you- and
It's
you're like-
Absolutely in
yeah.
3 years. Right now, that's a hard question, though.
Yeah, especially because they don't. Their legacy right now is 3 Game 7 losses.
Yep.
Yeah.
those two guys.
The thing
Minnesota, San Jose, and then Dallas.
The thing
can't get it done in Game 7.
The difference there is Nathan MacKinnon was legitimately unbelievable last playoffs.
Yeah.
His
postseason, his entire postseason career,
fantastic.
Every season that he's been in the playoffs, he's been a point per game player.
Yep.
So even when he was an 18-year-old, he had 10 points in 7 games,
including game-winning goals. So
the guy has. It's not. You're looking. I say that though, but then you look at the Game 7s. The last 2 Game 7s, 0 points in either one of them.
Yeah.
So Tyson Jost is outscoring Nathan MacKinnon in Game 7s, and that's like right now that's the knock. So it was a conversation happening in a Twitter chat, and I just thought it was interesting. On a night where he ties Peter Forsberg in goals,
for sure,
where you're like, he's tied Peter Forsberg. When Forsberg's numbers start to go down, you notice, you pay attention. You're like, Peter Forsberg all of a sudden,
Granted, Forsberg did it in like 2 weeks of hockey.
Yeah, like understandably, you look at the points per game, and he smokes all these guys.
Yeah.
But when he starts getting passed on it, like you realize how many games that guy missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, his availability was awful.
Yeah. And then you think about he also left when he was still really, really productive.
Yep.
But when those numbers start to go down, these guys start to pass these guys. These are the best the franchise has to offer.
I mean,
and Paul Stastny and Ryan O'Reilly and Matt Duchene, they all had memorable and productive Avalanche careers, but they didn't do any of those things. They didn't have any postseason success, and they didn't pass any of these guys.
For the vast majority of the history of the Colorado Avalanche, the conversation was around the franchise's big 3.
Yeah, they had the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
The original Holy Trinity.
And we are finally reaching the point where this new era is now challenging the big 3 historically, as far as points production and seasons, careers, that type of thing.
Is Juan not in the big 3?
No, he's the third one.
He's the part of the 3.
Sakic, Forsberg, and Juan.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah. And then, you had the secondary guys. You had a Hayduk. You had a Tanguay.
Sure.
Right now, that's where Landeskog would fit in, as in the Hayduk and Tanguay category, where you're looking at McKinnon and Makar as like the golden boys. And then...
And you have the Mikko Rantanen conversation next to that as well. At which, look, he hasn't been in the league long enough to have a real retirement conversation right now, but the trajectory is easily retirement direction.
Mikko Rantanen's already top 10 in points.
In Avalanche history.
In Avalanche history. It's already been that lucrative.
He had a quietly good night tonight.
Quietly good.
Well, he didn't look great, and then he drops 3 assists.
I'm going to ruin my producer's night and ask if we have that ready or not, because I don't... Yeah. Oh, yes. Good job, production. Let's go. Mikko Rantanen, king of the game. That's wrong. He had 3 points. Not that anyone cares.
Oh, that's your first mistake,
ESPN
Eric.
is a mistake.
Get out of here.
I do wonder if they changed some around.
They may have taken a point away from
as the league does.
Yeah.
They change these stats after games, and so you go and you talk about them on a post-game show, and then you're like, oh. Right.
My bad.
I've had enough booze tonight. We might be wrong. Let's be real.
2 assists, 3 shots on goal.
Okay, sure. Rantanen was really good. That's the point I'm trying to make. And
this is a night where you could have had 3 different kings of the game.
Pick McKinnon, pick Landeskog, pick Rantanen, pick Sam friggin' Gerard.
Pick Andre Burakovsky.
Yeah, another great night for him, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the comments are talking about
Belmar... He played
good
tonight.
Took one off the belt.
Yeah, well, and
he did.
Gets hit in the head, and it was just like watching Matt Calvert again.
Yeah. Definite dread feelings.
Yeah.
Anytime that happens.
Those hurt. Not good.
Well,
he's
just laying there, and you're just like, cool. Last night, a linesman got hit, and we stopped it immediately.
Yep. And
it's good to know that you guys are more important than the players on the ice.
We
let's make sure that we have our priorities straight here.
We watched it happen twice tonight because Comfort got crunched along the boards too, and was extremely slow to get up.
Yeah.
I think it's different That's like regular contact.
There isn't a blatant hit into the head.
Yeah, when you get hit in the freaking face with a puck, everybody sees it because it involves the puck. Yep. And it's like, I get that it's an offensive possession and blah, 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 blah. I get it. I don't need the same 4 people who always tweet at me about that shit to keep doing it. I get it. It's still stupid and it's still wrong. Are you gonna protect your players or not? Because a linesman takes one off the ear hole and you stop the game that second.
Yeah.
What is their union better than the NHLPA? What the hell are we doing here?
Well, and we saw last year after the Calvert incident, the league called that stuff super tight.
Yeah.
The rest of the year.
Yeah, because they took a ton of heat for it.
Yeah.
As a man bled from his face, and Vancouver was like,
guess we'll score a goal.
well, it's 6-on-4 now, so thank you.
That one was brutal.
Yeah.
They've got to blow the whistle on those. Like, it doesn't happen often enough to be
right.
Like, the guy's faking it. He just got hit with the puck in the head.
And like, I'm sorry, but this is a regular season game.
Right.
In February, it's still February, right?
Yeah,
March
just
starts
barely,
on Monday.
just barely
It's a
February.
regular season game in February.
Let's look at the time.
Like, can we understand, like, if a guy's faking it in game 17, he's an asshole? Can we err on the side of logical caution here? Where you can determine, like, time and place. If it happens, if it's overtime on a power play in a playoff game, any playoff game, even game 1, a playoff game, it's an incredibly important situation, then maybe you're like, is he faking it? Like, you can allow yourself to think that.
I mean,
I'm sorry, but game 17 in February, protect your goddamn players.
There's a very simple solution here. First of all, if you get hit in the head, go into concussion protocol. That dude has to go back to the room, no matter what.
Yep.
And secondarily, if it's super obvious that he's faking it after the fact, you give him a 2-minute penalty.
Give him an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It's that easy.
It's super easy.
And then fine him.
Right.
The maximum allowable, like, $5,000. Whatever they're allowed to fine them. Like,
well, they
whatever.
should just make it a mandatory, like, you have to sit X amount of time after we blow the whistle for a shot to the head, right? And then it's like, if you're truly hurt, you're not getting up. But if you're not going to fake it, you're going to get off the ice.
A question here as Bednar's doing his presser. High and tight Silver Fox or sick flow Silver Fox?
I don't care.
Irrelevant. He's sexy either way.
Dude, I just...
Oh, I like the sick flow.
This is the conversation that other people care a lot about, and I just don't.
Look at him, though. Silver Fox.
Does it involve X's and O's? Is he on the ice? No, I don't give a shit.
All right.
Well, it does involve X's and O's because he is the head coach.
All right, we have a question here asking when you guys think from a super chat Makar will get an assist.
When EJ retires.
When Eric Johnson is gone, they can
Not
have
an
an open competition for the next day.
About which defenseman gets the A.
They need to, and what they need to do is they need to make it free for you altitude. Have it, baby. Turn it into a reality show. Make it an obstacle course. They have to answer personality questions. They've got to do agility testing. They've got to do all kinds of stuff. You gotta put them in secret shopper situations. Do all of that nonsense to determine the A.
Quest
the next
for
one.
the A.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could even bring back your shitty slogan from when your team sucked.
It's
and
all
say
about
it's all about the A. And have it be a reality TV show for who gets the next day. Who's the second day?
Yeah, I mean, it's never coming
See how
off
many people
McKinnon's
switch
chest,
from Comcast
right?
to DirecTV then, suckers.
Well, we do have to take our second period break. We don't have any ads here, but you know, I do have some missions. I think Blaze has something to do as well. These are big. Just warning you.
Cheers.
Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. All right.
Wasn't as big as Eric's shot.
That baby thing?
You mean when he was drinking water?
Spritzer.
What was it really?
Vodka.
No, it wasn't.
Carbonated vodka?
It was water. I'm going down with the idea that it was water because he can't prove otherwise.
It was too carbonated for water, I think.
We don't live in a world of truth anymore. You can just say whatever.
Clay is saying cheers to an Avs win.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, we haven't really focused a whole lot on the game because this was like basically a copy of last night, a copy of their playoff series, but with more goals.
And the goals went in, yeah, exactly.
The only difference between games 4 and 5 was 7-1, 6-2. Doesn't matter. This was a shit kicking. Arizona doesn't belong on Colorado's ice. Arizona should start the Avs should start charging Arizona to play games against them for the points.
Are we talking fan base?
I know this is vast minority of the Avalanche fan base that had questions about the Avs being a playoff team. But if there was any doubt in your mind, there's no way you can possibly believe that after this series.
Well, okay, so let's start eliminating. Like San Jose, not a playoff team.
Yep.
Can we agree?
Yep.
Not a playoff team. Okay, great. Anaheim,
No.
John Gibson.
Maybe he sneaks them in.
Sounds like they might trade for Jake Virtanen. Will that turn them around?
Because that matters.
So I guess not. John Gibson makes them competitive.
Sure.
Probably still not a playoff team. Right?
Yep.
No.
All right, well, we're down to 6. Arizona, playoff team?
No.
Does this look like a playoff team to anybody?
No.
Unless they're playing the Blues.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say no.
Certainly not without Darcy Kemper.
I'm gonna a great point. No Darcy Kemper in these 2 games really showed. But Arizona has shown the ability to be competitive with the other teams in the division, just not Colorado.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe. Are the Avs in danger of falling below Arizona?
No.
I feel comfortable in that one saying no.
Yeah.
All right. Now there are only 4 other teams left.
Is LA
Vegas,
LA
St.
for
Louis,
real?
LA
is your
and
only
Minnesota.
question. Yeah.
Now LA might be a thorn in the side of specifically the Avalanche, but are they a thorn in the side of everybody else? Is Dustin Brown going to continue leading the West Division in goals scored, or is this one of those things that happens for 10 or 20 games and we all kind of look back and go, "Ha, that was fun when that happened." I don't know the answer to that. You never know, but for right now, we eliminate 3 of those teams. There's only not very many of them left. So let's this conversation, and also playoffs, like, come on.
Which, by the way, with this win tonight, the Avs are back in 3rd place in the division.
Both points and points percentage.
Yep.
So all of the people that lost their shit 3 days ago, woo-saw, fam. Woo-saw.
Yes.
10 seconds. It's okay.
San Jose is taking St. Louis to overtime as we speak.
St. Louis just cannot.
Thank you.
It's vodka. San Jose.
No, we actually had Michael Spencer, Flyby Singas, send a super chat to hydrate Rudo. So literally someone paid for you to drink that water.
Fam, the wifey's picking me up tonight. We good, all right?
He said, praying for whatever is left of your liver. Oh,
Wow.
taking it away.
Wow.
No, he paid for that. Give it back.
So, $5 water, jeez.
It ain't cheap.
Oh,
yet.
did I say it wrong?
Water is free at the DNVR bar, by the way.
And this one, so my brain's a little everywhere.
I don't know how you walk out of these 2 games not feeling like, not that the ship has been righted,
Sure.
but that, you know, they scored 6 goals tonight, and the 3-headed monster had 2 of them.
Yep.
That's, Cale Makar didn't play.
Yep.
Literally
That's
day to day with an upper body injury.
Exactly what you wanted.
And
That's exactly what they needed. And then you look at this 2-game set. Where did their scoring come from? Nazem Kadri's a 3-point night. Andrei Burakovsky gets back into the groove. Looks really good in both games.
Yep.
2-way play, back checking. Defense stood out arguably as much as anything he did offensively other than the goal. Like, this was a total team-wide domination. Did we end up with final numbers on Sam Girard's time on ice? Because I know we wanted to talk about
looking it up
that.
right now. Yeah. Sam Girard finished the night They eased off him at the end, only 25 minutes.
Okay, so Sam Girard, Cale Makar doesn't play, and Sam Girard has a 25-minute night.
Sam Girard and Taves both hit 25 minutes. The next closest was Graves at 21.
So the conversation that I want to transition
I
this
can
into,
share over the screen as well for you guys.
Cale
to
Makar
see.
does not play. I think, again, we would all probably agree Cale Makar their best defenseman.
Yeah.
Would we agree Cale Makar 1, and then, depending on the day, Devon Taves, Sam Girard 2?
I think I'd probably lean Taves on any given night.
I'd go Taves.
Okay.
But Girard is a close 3 at worst.
I like Taves a little more defensively. I like Girard a little more offensively. Actually, I like Girard a lot more offensively this year.
I think on the whole, across the course of a season, you're correct. But Taves' goal-scoring ability so far this year, it's a factor.
It's an important element because Sam Girard's shot is such a non-factor.
Exactly.
But even then, I think Girard picked up like his 13th assist or something.
He is
tonight.
producing for sure. Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because that's like the free assist that Makar picks up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Where they win the face-off back to him, and he makes a pass to somebody else.
To Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That was hard.
The great players do great things, and you're just like, oh, wow. All right. I tell you. But I want to know, like, we've called Colorado the grand experiment.
Sure.
Of going all in on speed, skill, and skating.
Yeah.
Are they also changing the archetype of what it is to be a true top pairing defenseman? Because this is an established archetype. Eric Johnson got drafted first overall
because of this.
He was a 6'6" right-handed defenseman who could skate like the wind, but also had enough offense that he was consistently dangerous and ran a power play and had a good shot and could give you 7 to 10 goals per year, 30 to 40 points per year. But the big thing was you had no concerns about playing him 25 minutes a night.
I mean, look at this game. The Avs gave up 25 shots to Arizona in this game.
So 25 tonight.
They're
18 last night.
18 last night. Their season total is 26 flat per game, which is the best in the NHL. Never has it been more true that the best defense is a good offense.
That's all I have to say.
Is it even?
Well, the rules have changed, though, right? Like, I think what you've seen is just the gradual change from the clutch and grab, big guys back there, mucking things up, making it hard to go to the front of the net, to more of the skill finesse game, because you can't just go in there and grab a forward coming down, right? You have to be able to skate with those people.
Now you just have to slash the crap out of Nathan McKinnon instead.
But it's changed.
Yeah,
the game's changed, and I think that's what you're seeing is like the Avs have adapted to it, and
have they adapted to it, or are they the change?
Well,
because the rules have changed, but teams, when you look at teams, what are the conversations around the league? How big is Vegas? How big was St. Louis? How big is Boston every year? How big are all these? How big was Dallas? What was Tampa Bay's average size?
Yeah.
How big is the defense?
But it's big in skill now. Before it like after the rule change, what happened was the league got smaller. Right?
Well,
smaller, faster.
I think you're bringing up a good point that we are far enough into, call it the modern era, call it whatever you want, the post-lockout era. You are now, defensemen are entering the league that played their entire lives under this system of, this is puck movement first. This is skating first. This is not big, strong, tackle dudes hockey.
Well, and it's also, the league is also valuing it differently because you look at, there's no better barometer than the NHL draft because these are teams that are placing their whole futures in teenagers. And who are the guys who are the top 10 picks? You look at back when Quinn Hughes was drafted. This is a great example.
You go to literally the 2020 draft, Jamie Drysdale and Jake Sanderson. They are on the bigger side, admittedly,
Right.
but the reason they get drafted top 10 is because of their offensive and puck moving ability.
Just look at the last few years of drafts.
Yeah.
The number of sub 6 foot defensemen that are getting drafted in the first round. You have like Nick Bowden and Adam Boqvist and Yoki Hardy, all drafted by Chicago. Chicago's like, and then where do they go? Instead of Bo Byram, they go and they get a 6'4" center.
Yeah.
and look where it's gotten them. I mean, obviously Doc got hurt, but like if they were in a more competitive division,
how dangerous is Chicago with Bone Byram right now?
How differently do we feel about them in their future? You feel way differently because right now it's like Kirby Doc is more offense for them, and that's not what they need. That's great. He's going to be a great player. I think it's interesting to watch, and especially this year, and especially with the North Division as is what it is, where the defense is so weak.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not, what do you need? What are the teams up there lacking? Because Montreal has a bunch of, they've got Shea Weber and Jeff Petrie, and they've gone with the big, strong, classically, the classic style of defense, the archetype that you buy into. Marc Bergevin's gone all in on it. Marc Bergevin, former defenseman himself, has gone in on it.
Yeah.
And you look at, and it's like, it's not enough. What do the teams need to stop it? What did Vancouver lose when that made them so different? Like, is Chris Tanev really the difference between their defense being what it was last year, where it was okay, to being a total sieve? Oh no, of course not. But like Quinn Hughes' defensive fall off is the number one story for Vancouver for me about why their defense has collapsed.
The claims in Quinn Hughes' first year of his argument for the Calder was, he faces tougher competition, he's stronger.
His defensive impacts are better.
He's been a disaster defensively this year.
His plus minus is not good at all.
Yeah, well, if we could just forget that plus minus existed as a stat.
We are not, in fact, sponsored by Bud Light plus minus.
Yeah, it just doesn't, for me, it just doesn't tell a story anymore. Ryan Graves leading the league in that stat should be like, and Ryan, to his own admission, it was like, do I have 40 points? No. So I'm just out there at the right times. This isn't me doing this.
I know it's like an individual stat, but it's more of all the people that are on the ice.
I mean, I have a couple things to say here. First of all, Allie, do you have the song that Kale had for the other night?
I don't want to, but yes, I can find it.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Just use the TDSP music.
I do have that one.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, it's the same vibe.
Because I think it's safe to say what Vancouver is lacking defensively.
Should I start playing it now? Yep.
Okay. Yes.
Is a pair of balls. Okay. Not just any pair, but a clean-shaven pair.
Oh,
perhaps. Goodness. As we are sponsored, in fact, by Manscaped.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice you were wearing this. Wow.
You get 20% off when you head over to manscaped.com and use code DNVR20. Head on over there, get the perfect package 3.0. The Avs kind of brought a perfect package of a hockey team tonight to Arizona, They gave Ranta a clean shaving, I would say.
Oh my God.
Dropping 6 on him.
What?
They dropped 5 on him.
Fair. The last one was an empty netter.
Yeah, he almost got that one, though.
You might have an empty net when you manscape your junk. That's all I'm saying. In the bedroom, all right? Moves the goalie out of the way.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Please stop.
No, keep going. Don't listen to that. Keep going. This is great.
Manscaped.com. Get their perfect package 3.0. They make fantastic products. I can't recommend them enough. Even if it's not below the belt, I use it to shave my beard. I use it to shave my head on my last haircut. So it gets the job done no matter what you need.
What order?
We don't talk about that here. We don't talk about that here.
Thank God. Look at AJ's face.
Just here to talk hockey. I'm here so I don't get fined.
But another conversation I want to talk about tonight is I do think you're seeing the changing landscape of the NHL when it comes to the defense. Take a look at Ryan Graves. I think most of us would agree that he hasn't had a great year so far.
It's gotten better. And like the areas where he's still struggling are the areas where we're always going to expect him to struggle.
Yeah.
Puck movement.
And that's exactly my point.
Foot speed.
Yeah. Those skills. Those two abilities have never been more important for a defenseman.
Yeah, but he's 6'4" and has great hair.
And
he's a stunner.
Besides the flow, I don't want to take away from him. He was fantastic on the Avs PK tonight.
Yeah.
He did that job excellently.
I need to do a film breakdown of their PK because the more I watch of it, and I know Andy wrote a great piece for us the other day about areas where they've succeeded and where they've struggled, and the PK was kind of a bubble that's waiting to burst.
I will take a shot in Rudo's
Their PK
honor.
is succeeding at a 90% clip.
It's the best in the league.
The bubble's gonna burst to some level.
No doubt.
Let's be real here, guys.
No. It's gonna stay that way.
PKs don't hover in that range forever. But when I'm watching them, just the system, the way that their forwards attack and the way that they rotate this year, it's very different than last year.
Yeah.
Where last year was a really classic, like, you get this side, I get this side, we're gonna stay here. And instead they're circling and they're rotating and they're changing positions, and what they're doing is that they're keeping pucks to the outside. And like, we use that phrase all the time when pucks are constantly going on the inside, but shots don't get through or whatever. And so we just whatever, right? But their PK, and it's funny because Arizona did have one really great power play tonight.
Yeah.
And the big thing was they kept the puck over on one side where the forwards were not having it, because the defensemen on Colorado's PK don't do a goddamn thing.
They sit.
Their
they
job
sit
is
back.
to stand.
At furthest, they move into no man's land to try and block a shot.
Exactly. And like they don't do anything until they have to go into a corner or they have to aggressively come out and try and block a shot. That's it. It's all about what the forwards are up to, and where Nichushkin and where Jost have been really, really effective is that they're in Conference. I think Conference actually had a better year.
I agree.
Doing this is that they're not being asked to take away the Royal Road, trying to put the stick down and do all that. They are actively keeping the puck. They're forcing it to the outside, and they're attacking the puck carrier and saying, make a play. I dare you to make a play. And it's hard to execute under pressure.
It's hard for me to explain because it's aggressive but measured, right?
Yeah. They're not all over guys. They're not like...
You don't
swarming
see
them.
the Matt Calvert YOLO. He goes so hard he leaves the zone.
Yeah.
But you also don't see the sit back, let them do whatever they want.
They're really shrinking the ice, like the home plate. Home plate there. They're just shrinking it a little bit.
It doesn't exist on their PK right now. Like,
but they're moving around and keeping it.
They're not generating a lot of consistent chances in that area because of the way that the forwards are rotating and the way that they're attacking pucks on the wall and up high.
Yeah.
They're saying, look, if you want to have a defenseman right in the middle and he wants to shoot from 2 feet inside the blue line,
go for it.
We'll take that shot all day. Yeah,
we take that shot on offense all the time, and we know that the shooting percentage on that thing
really bad
is not good.
Is Allie on cam to do this shot or what?
The whole key to that is that they have to keep Grubauer's eyes clean. If the guys in front of the net can keep that traffic clean for them, then they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, then you rely on your goaltender to make a save. That's why you pay the man.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Drink.
That was like a double shot.
And that is what Antti Ranta is doing tonight.
What is that?
After what the Avs did to
It
him.
looks a lot different. Oh.
Of course it's tequila.
Literally 3. I normally take that in 1. That was 3 gulps. Oh, God.
Victor, you got your money's worth on that one, bud. Trust me. AJ's grimacing just watching that.
Yeah.
That was so big.
The entire thing was an exercise in restraint. I don't want RK to beat me up on camera, and I have way too much respect for Allie to say anything more, so I'm just not.
It's Lindsay. She was the one starting it back there.
That's
yeah. Oh yeah. Go away.
But to get back onto topic here, my point is, a healthy Avalanche team. Let's ignore the rotating billion players they have through their injured lineup.
Yeah.
Is Ryan Graves the weakest puck mover on the team?
On the team?
On the defense side.
Okay.
Let's say defense.
I like that line of delineation.
Yeah.
It really was like a quadruple shot. I take those like a champ, but that one was
Is Derek
hard.
Johnson healthy?
Yes. Let's say yes.
There's a clear hierarchy of top 5.
Okay.
Where I would go with Makar, Gerard, Byram, Taves, Johnson. And then
the 6th,
and then I would probably go Timmins, although some of that is projection from me.
Timmins when he's on.
Well, yeah, Timmins because I've watched a lot of him in his career, and I don't believe that 12 games or whatever he's played are a totally accurate representation of a rookie. But again, that's projection on my part. But I would say Timmins and then probably Graves and then
the rest.
If we're including McDonald, probably McDonald and then Graves.
Sure.
But if no McDonald, then Graves would be there. But McDonald, I would have ahead of him, and then all the guys
McDonald's a whole different animal, really.
Yeah. McDonald's tough because he's really a forward, And kudos to him. We haven't mentioned him at all.
His
but
second career goal. NHL goal,
dope.
That was awesome. And it was 5-hole too.
Yeah, I mean,
it looked like he was going for the corner, slid off, went 5-hole.
I was telling Rudo, and I was like, it's so funny to see Logan O'Connor come in and get bullshit goals.
Yeah.
And Jacob McDonald comes in and scores a wraparound on a goal that slides all the way across the crease and goes in off of the guy's skate, his opposite side skate.
He's very,
and it's just good. It's a great job by him to force the play and to give it a chance. But he gets lucky with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you kind of laugh about it because it's okay. Where's this luck for Pierre-Edouard Bellemare and JT Compher and Tyson Jones? Guys who have been involved in grade A scoring chances over a bunch of games and haven't got any of them to fall. And then they all end up with goals and it didn't
legitimately,
matter.
What's the last wraparound goal from the Avalanche you guys can remember? I'm struggling. I'm legitimately
Carl Soderberg
struggling.
did it once.
Yeah, so that's 2018.
Marian Savatos.
That's 2011.
Yeah. Love you, 2007.
McDonald is very comfortable 200 feet away from his own goal.
Dude, no, he has no concerns. He's I got 4 teammates. Yeah. What are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm in the NHL. It's all about structure, baby. Where you guys at?
Y'all the structure. Yeah. I'm the YOLO. Okay?
That's right. I'm the wild card up in here. Y'all do what you're supposed to be, and then you guys, y'all just go ahead and work around me. Yeah.
Oh, they're playing McKinnon Shank in it again.
He's fun, but
it's not sustainable at all.
It's not a long-term answer. Would I take Jacob McDonald over Dan Renouf if it comes down to that choice?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. But you do worry about the structure, but the way that he pushes play, again, we're talking about how the NHL is changing.
Yep.
The fact that he's going to push play, the fact that he's going to get out, he's going to skate with it, he's going to attack, he's going to shoot. All of that aggressive mentality, it pays off in the NHL. It's rewarded in this version of the NHL because so many other teams are still trying to sit back and block shots and defend and we've got to have big guys to do the thing, and then you got to punch the guy in the corner, and you got to be so physical all the time. And it's Arizona tripled Colorado's hits tonight, and what good did it do them?
Nothing.
So I'm not saying physicality doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's one of the most overrated aspects of this version of the NHL. Was it AJ, you dumbass? Was it overrated against Dallas in the postseason last year? Yeah, where's Dallas right now?
Ooh.
They got 5 wins in 17 games? You need to be good.
Yeah.
You need to have skills.
Whoa.
You need to be able to play with the puck.
And to circle back around to my original point in this conversation, if Ryan Graves is your worst puck-moving defenseman, look at how far...
You're ahead of the curve.
Look at how far the Avs have come themselves from 2 years ago when Patrick Nemeth was their worst puck-moving defenseman.
The greatest delay of game penalty of all time.
That thing will live in infamy for eternity.
Maybe the ultimate example of why it shouldn't be a penalty.
The 200-foot delay of game penalty.
Where he full slap shot.
If it was 2 feet lower, it's just an icing.
Yeah, and instead of clinging it off,
still rising as it was going over.
Some say that thing is landing next to Endurance on Mars.
Some say that thing is still traveling.
Is that the new one? Shit. Damn. I've had a few tonight, AJ.
Oh, that was fun.
All right. Yeah, so when Endurance sends a picture of a hockey puck, you'll know. You'll know for sure.
The whole conversation, the point that the reason I bring this up, there is a concern, the wear and tear on the smaller guys and the heavier minutes. Colorado doesn't have a substitute. And the only other thing that they can have, the only other way that they can balance it is to just even out the minutes of everybody. Because they don't just have the big physical archetype. And so I wonder how many teams look at what Colorado's doing and say, we need to try and model this. And how many of them are looking at it saying they're not gonna make it. All of their injury problems is because they're going out and getting guys who are 6'1" and smaller. Like 6'1" is like a oh my god. Right?
Blaze, how tall are you?
6'4".
All right, so you're a big dude. You're pretty skinny.
Could you play 25 minutes a night in the NHL?
No.
Could you play 15 minutes a night in the NHL?
I couldn't play 5.
It would be like, I just can't get back to the bench, so I'm just stuck until there's a whistle. However many minutes that was it.
Real quick, we've got someone here, Craig, asking in the comments if this Oh Boy shirt is real. It is not a hoodie. It is real. And you can buy it, dnvrlocker.com, and we ship worldwide. So anyone who wants to buy the shirt, you can get it.
Yo, this shirt's going to sell out, so buy it while you can.
But it is not a hoodie. It is just a long sleeve shirt.
Long sleeve shirt.
Yes.
What do you guys think about the long sleeve shirt idea?
Love it.
I feel like we don't have any long sleeves, so I'm excited
that's why I really
to
like
just have
it,
one.
is that I think it adds the right variety to the shop.
Yeah.
Hockey's a winter sport.
The Avs have everything covered.
You say
now.
that the cup gets awarded in June every year. So.
Well, this year,
but they have it covered. They have short sleeve shirts. We have the McKinnon hoodie. And now we have a long sleeve shirt as well.
Yeah, and we have a variety of actually really awesome general DNVR hoodies.
We just need a pair of denim shorts, and we're good to go.
That's convincing Blaze.
Yeah.
Where are the jorts at, Don?
Yeah.
Denim shorts?
D-line letting us down here on this one.
I mean,
the DNVR bar is playing all the small things, and
I hear it.
It's just fantastic.
It's nice. I mean, this should be the thing that plays in this bar immediately after every Avalanche win.
Agreed.
Turn off altitude, turn on the jukebox, and play this.
Tonight's a little weird, right? Because there were a lot of Nuggets vibes going into the end of this game. Nuggets murdered Oklahoma City, by the way. Highly recommend you go check
it
that
was a
podcast
perfect day in Denver sports.
Did the Buffs do it?
The Buffs won, the Rams won, the Nuggets won, and the Avs won.
Thank God the Rockies weren't playing.
That's how they won.
It's going to be one of the 62 games they win this year.
Oh, Jesus.
People want the Rudo cutoff denim shorts.
Ooh.
I'll wear a pair
God.
of denim shorts the second someone donates $100.
Oh, goodness. Do not tempt this crowd.
Vaguely Sober's like...
He's thinking about it. Yeah, he's thinking about it right now.
I'll be out that night.
This is Rudo here doing a solo.
This isn't Daisy Dukes. This is regular denim
Daisy
shorts.
Dukes.
Oh
my co-hosts didn't want to be seen with me in public, so they are not here.
So, I mean, let's wrap things up here. Avs win 6-2, cruise to the victory at the end of the day.
10 wins to go.
10 wins to go. Does this make up for the Minnesota loss to take both off the back-to-back?
No, you don't ever get that game back. There's no making up for that game. You lost that game forever.
Yeah.
But is Minnesota...
All that means is that's just one less opportunity you had against a division opponent to put separation between you.
Oh my God, we got it.
Victor, no!
refund that man.
Oh, wow.
Send that money back.
Wow, that is hilarious.
I knew someone would do it. I told you not to
Victor.
tempt them.
Coming through. Oh, you got to come through.
And the crowd is
I don't
going
even
wild.
own a pair of jean shorts.
You can make them pretty quick.
I have some scissors over there. Wouldn't you?
Oh God!
So next eBay shopping day, we've got to buy him
a pair of denim shorts.
pair of the denim shorts, and then he's got to model them at some point.
This needs to be framed, like really big, really.
Congratulations!
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Someone take a screenshot of that. All the regret from Rudo. AJ just SMH.
We're not in the bar on Monday. We're back on Wednesday, so maybe I'll get a pair by then. We'll see.
Next two on the road in San Jose.
Yeah.
We talked about
key games here.
The schedule gets soft here. That's why we said they have to win 12 of 16 because that 16 countdown is until they play Vegas again.
Yep.
This will also include Minnesota games. I think Minnesota is currently at the top of the division now.
Yeah, they're in third. Minnesota's in second. They won tonight.
1 point away. It's a log jam in the West.
Yeah. So I think, look, these are still important games. The Avs 2-0 already against San Jose.
Yep.
Just keep building. Yep. I mean, these are the teams that you bury these teams.
You have to.
This is the time of the year where the Avs go from being, they're up in every single matchup they've had with like a 2-1-1 record. You turn that into a 4-1-1 record right now.
If they start out with 4-0 on San Jose, and you know that they finished the season, by the way,
they win that series no matter what.
With San Jose. Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 games against San Jose right at the end.
Yep.
You're like, okay, you're feeling really, really good about that matchup going into the end of the year.
Yep.
And I mean, and then so San Jose at the start of next week, and then they had all the home games in March. They're going to have a chance to actually. They haven't had a chance to actually get any kind of rhythm in Denver.
Yeah,
they are going to be
12 of their next 16.
12 of their next 16, and then 2. You take the 2 off the road right away.
Yeah,
and it's 12 of their next 14 are at home.
It's ridiculous.
Like they have a massive opportunity here between both whom they're playing and where they're playing to just straight up bury large parts of this division. This needs to be the start of the run. No false start. No, splitting with San Jose. It's not the worst. It's not like, oh my God, but going into San Jose and going 0-2, bad.
Yeah,
that would be bad. You can't be going 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. No. Not doing any of that. You need to start gaining ground.
By the end of March, the Avs should be guaranteed a playoff spot, basically.
They should be
17 games in March.
I think it's 18 now with the added.
They added the one.
Right. Yeah.
That's, you're talking, so that's 36 points that are available to you in the standings. Look, if you grab, God, let's just say you grab 24 of them.
Yeah.
If you grab 24 of them, because you're going head to head every night against these. Every game is a 4-pointer. Every night is a 4-point game. So you go head to head, you grab even 24, which is a conservative estimate. There's a chance you could.
30's on the table,
right? Like 30 could be a real thing that happens. If you do that, you have to work to miss the postseason at that point.
March,
and that's when they start to get into. We're going to shift this down a little bit. We're comfortable. We're in the postseason. We're not worried about, we want first, but we're not so obsessed with it that we're going to ride Philip Grubauer into the ground.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when you start to give the Belmars and the Josts and if, whatever's happening with Calvert, and then you start rotating in some of the Eagles. that you want to get into the lineup. I'm not going to get into this again. Not just Cowton Bowers, but other guys.
Ignore the players. If the Avs are securely in the top 2 in the division, it becomes significantly easier to play whoever the hell you want.
Yeah, because we've talked,
guys.
We've talked about this because they brought it up. Jared Bednar's talked about. He's at the beginning of the year. He said, we want to get off to a fast start so we can use the second half of the year to rotate in a lot of guys and get a lot of different looks with different players and see kind of what we have. So if we get into the postseason and we have injuries, we know exactly where to go based on what injury that we have.
Go to Jean-Luc Foudy right now,
man. This is the chance right now. It has to start. It has to have started yesterday with yesterday's win, and then that has to be the beginning of them putting major separation between them and the rest of the division.
Preach.
March is denim jorts weather.
It's jort season, baby.
Especially for Rudo.
Tune in on Wednesday. That's all I'm saying.
AJ retires season.
That's all I'm saying.
So are you going to buy some or are you going to home make them?
I only own 3 pairs of jeans, so I'm going to have to buy some.
That's going to be...
I'm sitting over there.
Maybe my wife owns some.
Do we really want to see you wearing your wife's Daisy?
You don't.
It's the shopping for them that I'm like, there's no way she goes with you for that.
Not a chance.
No, there's no. I'm
not a chance.
I've gotten to talk with her enough to know that will not be happening.
On that note, we're gonna get out of here for the night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Victor, why did you do this to me?
You did this to you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Good job, Victor.
Yeah, you did this to yourself. I told you not to tempt the people.
Thank you for the $100, I guess, is what I should be saying. We appreciate all of you, all the super chats, everybody in chat.
Know how he's going to pay for the jorts at least.
Tonight was amazing. My wife's picking me up if I haven't mentioned that already. I'm not driving home.
Good. Very glad.
I am. Can we get out of here so I can go?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Thank you
writing to do, man.
for watching, listening, however you consume the podcast. We appreciate all of y'all. We will catch you guys again Monday night. The Avs are playing San Jose, so tune in to that post-game live. Until then, we will talk to you guys tomorrow or Monday or wherever.
Monday.
Get us out of here, Allie, please.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.